this yellow red, and then we have the traditional clothes stores here. This woman, she's having a traditional life. A market of food ready to be eaten. You know, the ingredients, where they sell the ingredient is not here. Anything here is something that you can eat immediately. After this, you were not lucky to see these people.
Mami.
Nom. Gesho. This gesho?
Traditional
Onkotone. What is the name of this voodoo? This is Heviaso, the god of thunder and lightning. It's like in Yoruba you have Shango, but among the Fon and the Gibe speaking people you have Heviaso. Heviaso is a little bit different than Shango because Heviaso, there are many divinities in one. And this one is a statue and represents kingship, because we are now going to see a representation of the first king of this town. Heviaso is not the voodoo of this town, but he represents the kingship. But where we are going, we're also going to see the voodoo of this town. Yeah.
The king came, he was moving with this eagle.
Okay.
A big eagle. To move into, because they cannot swim into, the first time that they came here, they cannot swim into water.
Yeah.
So that they have those things that we call gigi. Yes. And then he called this eagle to bring into another land so that he can pass the water.
Okay.
He can call eagle or crocodile to move.
To move the people.
Yes, to move into the village.
Okay.
For the first time, before trying to do those canoe and boat.
So the crocodile and the eagle moved the people.
They move, no, just the king.
Just the king.
Just the king.
So he was the first one here.
Yes.
Okay. And he was a king at that time, or he became king after?
He became king because he's the first that discovered this place.
Okay.
Because that he became the first king.
Yeah. Okay. And the Tofa people, did you have a king before moving into here? Or was you under the kingdom of Dahome?
No, here was a place where nobody was here.
Yeah.
Nobody was here. This man was the first person that came here.
Okay.
Nobody was moving, just animals was living here.
Yeah.
And then when we came, we bring person over there just to leave the purchase of the person of Dahomeans.
Okay. Like in Porto Nova, they have the Agdasan. That is like the main.
Yes.
Do you have a main voodoo here?
Yes, we have a maid. We call also Legba.
Oh, Legba.
You came from Porto Novo.
Yeah.
Yes. If you came from this Calabi over there, you see a repetition of this Legba.
Okay.
A Vodun with just without clothes. Yes. And you see he made sex. Yes. Yeah. In the front of the village.
Okay. Okay, great. Cool, man. Phile, we see here, we see different names of Voduns that are in this town, on this building. And behind us, if you see here, we see the temple of Vodun Dam, which is the serpent that gives fertility. One of the main voodoos of the Gbes-speaking people in this area. When you look at Voodoo Dam, that is where you get the name Dahomey from, because Dahomey means in the stomach of the serpent, of the snake, and Dan is the snake god, the snake voodoo. So the same we have also when we're dealing with the Yoruba tradition, we have the god Oludumare.
Yes.
Oludumare also means or dispute,
The
some
king of kings.
king of kings. But if you break the word down, Ol, the owner, Mare, Odu, the womb, and Mare is the serpent. So you can say the owner of the serpent's womb. So it's something very significant in this culture about this voodoo, this serpent voodoo.
Yes, sir.
In the plastic.
Yes. This is a private clinic.
Okay.
Because of the fog, you cannot see very far.
Yeah.
But there's a plateau on top over there. And then in the 18th century, the king of Dahomey were waging war to get prisoners. Prisoners who were sold to the white people as slaves to go and work in the Americas. In those days, no war, no quarrel, no dispute, but you see soldiers coming to your village. When they come to a village, they surround their village. When they surround their village, everybody is put in chain and you are taken to the white man. When you are taken to the white man, you have to go to the Americas. The America was unknown in those days. You don't know where you are going to. You don't know whether one day you will still return to your native village. The fear of the unknown, not knowing where you are going to, not knowing whether one day you will still come back to your village, was present with many people in those days. That's how the first people who were to come and settle here, they started the march in the 18th century from a plateau you cannot see because of the fog now, and they walk down to this point. And when they come to this point, they cross and settle on this island. They were looking for peace and security. But the warriors, they still pursued them and came down to this point and tried to shoot and started shooting at the people who tried to find peace and security on this island. Those looking for peace and security, they got neither peace nor security. So they decided to flee, to leave the place. They fled to the floating market. And when they got to the floating market, there were two changes. The first change was that in those days, people were not waging war because they were strong. They were not waging war because they were fat. They were not waging war because they were tall. They were waging war because they had plenty of African magic. What's the usefulness of African magic? African juju. What's the use of African magic, African juju? The use of probably helps them. If they just look at a target and they shoot the gun, the bullet will reach easily the target. the African magic will help the bullet to reach the target. The enemy may be upright. When the enemy tries to shoot at them, the bullet of the enemy can never reach them. It just pass by, either left or right, but can never touch them. This juju, this African magic that works very well on land, has one thing that is forbidden. What is that thing? It is the contact with water. If it has contact with the water, it does not produce the expected effect. So when the soldier from Ganvie, when the soldier from Abomey will come here, when they come here, they will try to shoot at the local people. The guns are handmade guns. They cannot probably reach the target at the floating market, and they will now take the risk. They will now take the risk to enter into face-to-face battle with the local people. But when they enter into face-to-face battle with the local people, it is now the local people that always succeed in surrounding them. But when the local people start to surround them, what do they do? What do they do? Because what do they do with them? You know, the people from Abomey, they are all the soldiers from Abomey, they are all farmers. They only know how to till land. They don't know anything about fishing. They cannot help the fisher to do fishing work. But the fishermen can also allow them to go like that. So what do they do with them? They drown them inside this water here. Many battalions from the kingdom of Abomey, they were all drawn to this. They were all drawn in this water here. The king of Dahomeans. See, who are these people who dare disobey the almighty authority of the king of Abomey? He sent the prince, the most powerful princes of Abomey, but none of them returned to Abomey. They all perished in this water here. The losses were so huge to the king of Abomey. You know that probably it leads to a myth that has succeeded up to today. If you have a friend who is from Abomey, please invite him to come to Ganvie. He will tell you, no, I will never go to Ganvie. All my parents who went to Ganvie, none of them return. I will never go to Ganvie. But they forget that probably it's because the ancestors were looking for prisoners to sell as slaves, that when they came here, they were drawn inside waters. If they have good intention like you, they will come like you and go back probably safe like you. But they don't believe that you can come to Ganvie and go back safely. So when you invite a prince from Abomey, he will tell you, no, I will never go to Ganvie. Give him money to come here. What is to the kings of Abomey, they recorded the huge losses. I think the huge losses they recorded during the adventures of slave trade. I think it was in Ganvie here. And when they realized that probably that when they are sending, when the losses were so huge, they realized that probably when they are sending people to Ganvie, not only they are not sure that they will bring probably prisoners to come back to be sold to the white people as slaves, but even themselves, the soldiers, they are not sure of probably getting them back. So when they realize that probably they are not sure of getting the soldiers back, so they decree from then on that they would never send again soldiers to Ganvie to go and look for prisoners to be sold to the white people as slaves. And when they decree that they will never send soldiers to Ganvie to go and look for prisoners, the people of Ganvie finally got the peace and security they were looking for. And when they got the peace or security they were looking for, they gave it the name of Migan Dofi. Migan Dofi, that means we have been saved here. We have found peace here. We have found peace here. But the white man, the colonial master, the Frenchman could not pronounce Migan Dofi. He transformed Migan Dofi into Ganvie. Ganvie is a community of people that found peace and security vis-a-vis whom? Peace and security vis-a-vis the slave warriors. And when they found peace and security, they transformed the first area of settlement, when they came here, they transformed it into the burial ground, into the cemetery. None of you asked me the question, when people die here, we don't bury them beside water, we also bury them on land. See this islet you are seeing, that's the burial ground, that's the cemetery of Ganvie. You cannot come to, but more than the burial ground, it is an area where the dangerous Vodun rituals are performed. You cannot come to Ganvie without knowing the origin of Ganvie. That's why we stop here to tell you, came here this morning to tell you the history of Ganvie before you leave here.
Thank you. So you said the people from Abome, they don't come here.
No.
Does that mean Fon people in general?
Different people from Abome. Not from
Yeah,
people in general.
not in general, but those from
people
Abome.
Yes,
Okay.
they were the slave warriors.
Yeah.
They were the slave warriors, catching people everywhere to go and sell them at the scene.
Yeah.
As carry as prisoners and then go and sell it to white as slaves.
Yeah.
And then here. But when they came here, I think they could not get these prisoners.
Yeah.
So they were the one we were not having contact with land, because in those days the white man did not care. You can bring they have the soldiers. We have the soldier from they have the soldier from Ganvie. They have one that they control the soldier. They have the people from Ganvie. They have one that they control the soldier from Abome. They could all sell them to the white people. The white man did not care. You can bring your wife. You can bring your husband. You can bring your father. You can bring your mother. You can bring your sister. You can bring your children. Once you have control over them, the white man will buy them from you. The people of Gambia have under the control the soldier from Abome. They could sell them also to the. They could also sell them to the white people. But because of the difficulty the ancestors endured before coming here, they were not having contact with the land. So they could not allow these people to go. And they could not allow these people to go. Because they allowed them to go, they will go and reinforce themselves to come back and then threaten the peace and tranquility of the people of Gambia. So that's why that's why when they come here, we did not give them any peace, I think. But we call them, we also sell them, but we are not having contact with them.